Hello, and we are live. I know I've been doing several series. For those of you who are unaware, just happened to stumble on this episode. I'm Julia Holly. I own JH Creative, and I'm also co-founder of CityClips. And this series is all about CityClips and progress updates on how things are going. And then we also focus on highlighting business and tech and all the positive that's going on in our local ecosystem and the North Florida region. So thanks for stopping by. Thanks for watching this episode. And today's topic is all about mobile optimization. So if you have any questions on that, if you're not familiar with what that means, it's all about the process of designing whatever it is that you're using, primarily a website or software or, types of things that people are interacting with that's ideal for mobile devices. So it'll perform well when it is optimized for web, optimized for mobile devices, and is providing a great customized experience for users. So it's important because more consumers obviously are using more solutions, things that they need to get done on their phone. They're consuming content more on their phone. And Google's algo, I like to say algo because it's a mouthful, algorithm. Google's algorithm prioritizes on websites and anything really to provide a great mobile experience. So some typical solutions include, for example, for a website, you want it to be responsive. That's the term that we use in the marketing world and the tech world, is make sure your website is automatically adjustable. It just, you can say, scales easily and has flexibility based off of the user's device screen. And you want it to be fast loading. You don't want it to take too long. So for example, images on your website, if they're too large, then they're going to slowly load. And Google doesn't like that. So they dock any website, any app, I guess you can say, that performs poorly. And then, is it touch friendly? How is the navigation experience like for your website? And we can just use the website as a primary example. Is it just, there's ease of navigation with somebody's just using their phone and be able to use a touch screen, using your fingers, using just to have accessibility, right? So, and also what's the content like? Is it readable? What's the font size like? And is there great contrast with colors and use of colors for the type and background colors and things like that? So if you can easily read things without having to zoom in, that means content on the website has been optimized for mobile devices. And high quality images. You can have high quality images these days without having to compromise, loadability, fast loading times. Back then when I was in college, there used to be a requirement. I remember, I think the pixel resolution had to be 800 by something pixels. I can't even remember. But like back then, there were resolution requirements, and then they couldn't be larger than 1 meg. I mean, it's ideal that they're not large files, but then we used to be restricted to that. And now, like, you can design with large images. You can put images in the background and have text laid over, and you have more platforms that optimize for web, and for mobile devices. So it's really cool now. Like, designers have more freedom to be able to do things that just more appealing and more user friendly. And then as far as alt text, so if you've never heard of it, alt text meaning it's actually if for some reason something is not like registering for somebody on the user's end, they have an option. Or like, for example, this is more of a common practice for those who are more conscious of those who are in need of accessibility functions. Like, I know that Instagram and Facebook, they give the option for people to have alt text. So, like, for example, it's supposed to describe something to somebody that might be colorblind, like a picture is on there, but alt text will say, person with a red shirt or man with a red shirt, sitting down on a chair. And maybe they're legally blind and they can't fully see the photo. And so, well, that's kind of interesting because they can't even read the words. Like, I'm just watching right here, but you get the gist of what I'm trying to say. I know, like, for example, colorblind folks would appreciate that you're describing something in more detail. So alt text is for that. Or maybe they're deaf, and they can't hear the video. So then you can kind of describe, what the person is saying. So that's what descriptive alt text is for images on mobile, as you do also for desktop. And then simplifying forms. So simplifying forms, meaning like there's old school 90s website type of forms versus like the forms of today. Sorry, my nose is itchy, so I keep rubbing it, and I know that's going to probably be a good blooper reel for my team. So simplifying forms, I think it's great when you can get a form done, especially if it's not a serious survey. It's ideal if somebody can just get it done within, a minute or less. Is it easy to access? Can you actually fill in a form with just the use of your thumbs? And does it limit scrolling, which is great, and zooming? So that is how Google will take a look and measure if your forms are actually user-friendly. I mean, chances are, if you're going to use Google Forms, of course, they're going to be happy. Or is the website, optimized, have optimized forms on the website. And also same thing with making videos accessible. So if your website is hosting all kinds of things here, all these things that I just mentioned, because I Googled mobile optimization and to see what they pulled up. And of course, they're using Gen AI to pull out all these really cool tips. Making videos accessible, meaning that if you put captions on there, and it looks like somebody commented. Thank you so much for commenting. I'm not sure. Oh, awesome. You're interested. Cool. Yeah. So if you have any questions on that, just let me know and I'll try to help you answer your questions. Thanks, Jojo, for commenting there and also visiting and listening. So yeah, as far as making videos accessible, there's really cool ways to make it easy for your team and for the person who's viewing, because a lot of these platforms now, it's like highly required that they actually use captions. For example, like YouTube and okay, there's my dog now. He wants to go. I should have warned y'all that my dog was in the room. Long story short, I had to use my home office today because of great internet. Let me let her out for a second. Excuse me. Holly, perfect timing. Okay, I'm back. So I was counting on her sleeping the whole time, but of course she woke up. Golden Retriever, mixed Border Collie, if you're wondering. So they call them gollies. So anyways, back to the point of mobile optimization. If you, if you want an evaluation of your site, like, Jojo, if you have a website that you want me to take a look and see if it's actually optimized, for mobile devices and stuff, I can just take a look and give you a critique. So feel free to shoot the URL here if you want, or if you want to email me. So yeah, don't forget, one of the reasons why we do this is to update you guys about everything related to CityClips. I might as well share my website. CityClips.net is where you can subscribe for free. We try to share everything, the latest on business and tech, and we talk about tech companies' growth, the progress of the increase of tech employees, tech jobs, and also related to latest developments in innovation, because it's not really like nobody's really focusing on that in this area. So I really believe there's a big opportunity there. And so, yeah. And then the other thing that we're trying to solve is so that people can hear about something sooner than later. We're trying to speed up communication in relation to all the positive things, positive developments about Tallahassee and North Florida area. So yeah, subscribe for free, cityclips.net. We would love to hear from you and get your feedback. And then as I was saying, let me just go ahead and pull up my website just to talk about examples. I'm always open to feedback and just, making sure that we're doing the right things for everyone involved and interested and invested in our community. Let me share the screen. Yeah. So, and it's been a while, like I'm just going to go ahead and we're using this platform called Webflow, and it's been really great. Like we really like what we were able to use as a starting point for our landing page. And then, if you click on subscribe, it actually takes you to the sign up form. And MailChimp already has optimized mobile platform. But here, this is all our issues published. And thanks to my team, every time we publish an issue from MailChimp, it automatically publishes it here onto our website. So considering all the points that we talked about, for mobile optimization, which I don't understand why these tabs are showing, but whatever. So this is one indicator. Okay, this is a responsive website. And ideally, now we're seeing all the issues here, which I've told my team to fix that. But on the phone, it looks normal. And it's funny that it's looking like that. But if this was like an iPad vertical form, it looks somewhat normal. Like it looks good, And then we purposely kept it simple because Google doesn't even like it when websites have too many subpages. So that's another thing that I didn't even mention in the list of it being mobile optimized. So I think, Google, and we could look at our analytics. And sometimes we use Zapier to automate posting, and sometimes it doesn't even show our emoji. I hope I didn't lose my emoji. Why is the subject line reversed? I'm not exactly sure. Because sometimes it does that where, look, it shows the number. But I'm pretty sure that, we've had our subject lines where, an emoji is in the beginning. We have consistent emojis for each day and issue. And then the subject line, and then CityClips, and the issue number. So see how sometimes Zapier is inconsistent with the automation. So, but it's not a big issue for us to try to solve right now. But now you can see here, emojis, because MailChimp really likes it when there's emojis. Actually, email platforms, they also for some reason, it performs well when you do include one emoji or make it a short subject line. People like it. Anyways, so yeah, so this would be ideal for an iPad. But even if you looked on my phone, on your phone, see if it works. And don't you love that? This is one thing I need to resize, even though it's supposed to be. Here's a short form for you. It's optimized for phone, it works, but I need to resize this image so that it can be more narrow. But see, here it fits nice, perfectly fine. But if the phone, obviously, so if I were to rotate my phone horizontal wise, then it's okay. But vertical wise, when people open it, like it's still kind of coming off and cropped out. I love how I can just stumble on things that I need to fix. So yeah, that's an example, and it's a short form. You know, it's simple, it's easy. You can use your fingers. It's a touch screen. Oh, there you go. There you go. You have my number now. Those are autofills. But yeah, and then I also include number because I want to know that the person is actually real. And there's a way to verify too. Like MailChimp includes a CAPTCHA field, so then it proves that you are a real person, because at some point there's been ways where spammers, like bots, can literally sign up for an email and they're not real people. We did have one point where it did happen several times. I was like, oh yay, more people are subscribing. I'm like, no, these are not real people. Who is ACDJFMLKR? You know, literally, like, it was a string of letters, and those were not real people. So we had to clean up our list. And so, okay, so going back to, if I just stop sharing my screen, I'll just go ahead and move. So going back to talking about progress related to, mobile devices and things like that, and mobile optimization, I would think that, the better you listen to what Google says for the algo, and like the better optimized, there's a lot of great places. Search Engine Journal is a great place. Google Help is probably another resource. I mean, there's a lot of content out there with great tips on how to optimize for web and optimize for mobile devices. So I went over the key things that Google recommended, and especially using AI. So those were the things that they highly recommend for mobile optimization. And I know I hopped on a little bit late because I initially said that I can just do this. The beauty of working for yourself is that you can set your own timelines. But okay, as far as progress with CityClips, just a brief to recap. We're pretty much close to 300 subscribers, like just a few. I mean, we had over 300, and then we had a few unsubscribes, which is very normal. There's going to be some, I guess there's a churn rate, you can say. But the ads on our, that's where I have to have another discussion and follow up with Ali and just talk to him about what is not working, because they're doing some tests on things, and I have some other business friends that are holding me accountable, and they're like, Julia, there's got to be something else that you can try, and we're going to probably try possibly Facebook, because I know Tallahassee, there's a big community on Facebook that represents Tallahassee. There's a lot of proof of that. Like, Living Tallahassee has a lot of subscribers. I can't remember if there's over 40,000. And then also there's Tallahassee Foodies. They have at least 10 to 20,000 subscribers. And they probably, it's been a long time since I've checked. So I'm just going to check for now and check it out. We actually have a spreadsheet recording all the different Facebook groups and how many they have. Oh, shoot. Wowzers. Tallahassee Foodies has 95,000 members. That's insane. I remember when they were at 10, and that was still really impressive. I wonder how many emails they have, email lists. And then the same, let me go ahead and I'll just show it visually so that you guys can see. Yeah, Tallahassee Foodies. Kudos to them. Kudos to Jen. Jennifer Leal, 95,000, 95.3. Cool. And then, let me look. You can see all my friends now. Living, there you go. So Living Tallahassee Let me check them out. 69,000 members. Oh, that's so sad. See, they really highlight like what's the most pressing issue. But anyways, that's another great group. They're great about spreading the word as fast as they can. That's another information resource. So yeah, so there's proof, like there's a significant community on Facebook. I don't really think there's anyone who focuses on business. Like there's been attempts for people to do like a business Facebook group, and I'm not trying to do that right now. I know Domi has a good community of Domi alumni and business folks there. So, and then there's other people who have like 1,000 here or 1,000 there. But the other thing too is, like, for example, Alignable, they actually have about 7,000 plus members that is within the Tallahassee business community group. So like looking at the numbers, like that's my whole point, is looking at those numbers and looking at the stats, that there is potential for a significant community that have a vested interest in growing the business community here in Tallahassee and supporting the business community outside of the regular membership, chamber groups and things like that. So anyways, you saw my whole frame of thinking there and where I went with that. So, but anyways, I believe that there are people who just want to receive information through email, and I'm getting a lot of positive feedback from several subscribers. They met somebody through the email newsletter. They, reached out to somebody to do business with them potentially through the newsletter. We're actually gathering information and data. Hopefully that can turn into actionable insights for our community that's related to business and tech. And we're highlighting business owners and those who are pioneering the way for growth in these two sectors. So yeah, happy to do so. I'm excited about some guests that are lined up for the next few months. So if you're interested in talking about your business and tech company, we would love to hear from you. I know it's been a while. I used to do a weekly giveaway, and then it definitely was adding on to my team bandwidth and capacity, including myself. And so we're going to bring them back, which reminds me, I need to double check and see what there is a giveaway coming up because next week I will be I will actually be speaking at the Impact Week conference. So let me just go ahead and pull up that website. If you haven't heard already, that is another great conference. Well, it's not so much a conference. It's actually a celebration of our business community. So let me just go ahead and add this to the stage. And all that Tallahassee has to offer. It's a great way to highlight things. And Rich and his team with Critical Business Group is doing a great job. I can't believe it's 5 more days, So yeah, I mean, as you can see, there's great speakers lined up. It's a great opportunity to highlight your business. I'm one of the speakers. They have me under the category of startups and nonprofits. Feel free to connect with me here on LinkedIn. And I'm obviously, the whole goal is to highlight CityClips and focus on everything related to why we are doing what we're doing. I'm going to be at the pitch event. Let me know if you're going to be there. I'm excited about this. You got to subscribe. I believe you have to purchase some tickets, and that's one of our giveaways. Is going to be a weekend pass, and I'll try to get this published ASAP so that we can see who can win by early next week. Because the Impact Week is, Impact Week is starting. Let me see. If you click on Get Tickets, these are the prices for Impact Week. And the dates, interesting. So if we were to buy the 3-day pass, it is, yeah. So from the 19th, this is next Tuesday, from the 19th through the 21st, 5 p.m. Going back to where it was just at, I believe, if you look at the agenda, going back, I have workshops here lined up, and I believe they have me on here. Yeah, okay. So mine is, if you're interested, Wednesday, November 20th, 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. Yeah, I'm all about getting people to get stuff done. So this is more of a workshop, and then how I can help people figure out how to get things done. I'm going to speak at a high level, I believe it's the day before. So if I go to agenda, I have it on my calendar, but just looking at this and just making sure that y'all know. So yeah, I mentioned here Tuesday, I believe it could be that on Wednesday I'm speaking on a bigger stage. Ooh, I love this. I see my friend Christine. They didn't have this before. I think I believe I'm planning on being there from, yeah. So I do have a bigger one at 2 p.m. on the bigger stage, breaking down silos through communication. And then the next one is a smaller session, a workshop session on like how to get things done. Because I tend to like not overanalyze and think about things too much. I just start, which can be a con for sure. Like it can be not an ideal thing because you make mistakes. You make mistakes more often than not. But, you know, that's how you learn. And we've all been programmed from at a young age to overthink things, or it's not okay to fail and it's not okay to make mistakes, that kind of thing. I mean, even for me, I just got to be careful how I speak to the kids. Now I realize like it's okay if we make mistakes along the way to learn as fast as we can. And we adjust, you know, we can self-correct, we can get better faster when we learn and make mistakes. So anyways, so yeah, my whole thing, I changed it. Yeah, okay, cool. So I'm pretty much speaking twice that day. That's going to be interesting. It's definitely going to be, I'm going to try my best. I will try my best to tackle this in a way where it's hopefully helpful to other people who actually attend. We'll see how many people actually attend. So I'm looking forward to this. I'm super excited. You guys try to be there. Check out the lineup of people. Let me go ahead and make sure that I have the URL here on the agenda, and you guys should go sign up. Posting it here. Wait a second. Ooh, what is this? Okay, there. Okay, yeah. So the URL for Impact Week is there. It's in the comments for sure on Facebook and YouTube. I don't think LinkedIn is still not. StreamYard doesn't let us comment directly on LinkedIn, so we can try to add that later. All right, guys, that's it for the week. I will see you later. Would love to hear from you guys about what you think. For CityClips.net, I am having some guests scheduled in December. I believe we have a guest scheduled for next Wednesday, but you'll hear about it all in the newsletter.